fired up because I have the one and only Sister Ann Gathegi. She's a breast cancer survivor and a missionary, Sisters of the Holy Rosary. Karibu sana, Sister Ann.
Asante sana, Kevin.
How was your day, sister?
My day was calm and I had to go for exercise.
Nice.
Monday.
Which one is your favorite exercise?
I think my favorite currently is Zumba dance.
What? Yes, that one is very, it needs a lot of energy.
Yeah, it's very vigorous.
I like that. Karibu sana lakini.
Asante.
And tonight we're going to be talking about surviving cancer, spreading hope, lessons from a missionary sister. And you've gone through a very inspiring journey. And of course, you're going to share with us your story. But for the record, guys, this month, it's all about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And it started off on the 1st of October, which was a Wednesday. It's going to go through all the way to the 31st of October, which will be a Friday. Now, October, like I said, is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a time to create awareness, honor the millions of lives affected by breast cancer, and reaffirm our global commitment to equitable access to care and improved survival for all. Another thing you need to know is that breast cancer is a major health concern in Kenya, where it is the most common cancer among women, with over 7,000 new cases annually and more than 3,000 deaths per year. Awareness efforts are conducted year-round, especially during October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it includes public education campaigns, community outreach, mobile screening clinics, and partnerships with government and private organizations to improve access to care, early detection, and treatment. Key actions promoted are self-breast exams, regular screenings, especially for women over 50, and seeking medical attention for any changes or lumps. Yes. So they say apparently around 3,107 deaths per year occur due to breast cancer. Also, approximately 6,799 women are diagnosed with breast cancer annually. It is the leading cancer among women, accounting for about 23.3% of all cancer cases diagnosed in women. Now you know. But tonight, like I said, a very inspiring story from Sister Ann. And Sister Ann, maybe you can take us back to the beginning. How did you first discover that you actually had breast cancer? And what was that moment like when you found out?
I'll begin by saying how I got to know that I had breast cancer. As you have said, I'm a missionary. My name is Sister Ann Gathegi, Missionary Sisters of the Holy Rosary. So I was working in Sierra Leone, West Africa. So I had come home for holidays. So before finishing my holiday, I decided to go for a wellness checkup because I knew where I was coming from. So I decided to have a wellness checkup.
Right.
And I didn't know I was carrying a cancerous tumor. I didn't have the signs and symptoms. Yet I was having a tumor in my left breast.
Yes.
So I went in for wellness checkup, and after the results, I got an email showing that I had a lump in my left breast. And when I saw the email, it didn't make a lot of sense, because I wasn't sick. But I called the hospital, and they told me I should go to see the doctor. So I went. And when I went to see the doctor, the wellness checkup, in the wellness checkup department, the doctor sent me to a breast specialist. And that is how she looked at my results. And then, because the result I had gotten was for ultrasound, so she said I needed to do mammogram and all that. Already I had the mammogram done, but the results were not out. So when the results were out, I went to see the doctor. And she told me I had to do more checks, more tests. And, which I did. And on the 14th of February, I will never forget, 2024, that was last year. Last year?
Just last year?
Yes, last year. So on the 14th of February, it was confirmed.
On Valentine's Day?
As a Catholic, on our Ash Wednesday. So we were starting
correct.
So I was starting my Lent with, that was my cross. So it was confirmed I had breast cancer and called invasive ductal carcinoma. Yeah. Let
me ask you, prior to the diagnosis, you had been constantly, you were frequent with the checkups. I mean, it was your first time to actually go for the checkup, and then they found out that you had a lump.
It was not my first time, because each time I come home for holidays, I always do wellness checkups. It wasn't my first time.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had done before and I was okay. So within a span of 1 year, then this...
What did you feel? What was going on through your mind when you found out that something is going on? I have a lump. Clearly things are not good.
Initially it didn't click like it was something going to be. It didn't click like it would be very serious, because I was not sick. I look at my breast, I can't see any signs or symptoms. So it was like it's nothing so serious. But when it hit me, I remember when now it was declared that it is, my world crashed. Thank God by the time I got the first email, it's always good to have a friend who you can always call, whether in a family member, wherever you are. So I had a friend who is a sister to me, in my family, and a cousin. So I was with her. So it made a bit, it was okay for me, because at least I had somebody journeying with me. But my world crashed. When I was crying, she was there for me. And unfortunately, when I was crying, the doctor was telling me, this is good news for me.
What?
Yeah.
What did the doctor mean?
She meant it was good news for her as a doctor, because it was early detection.
It was early detection.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, because I'm sure for some women, unfortunately, it can be late.
Yes.
What was the hardest part of this journey? Physically, emotionally, spiritually? What was so difficult?
What was so difficult initially, especially physically, knowing that it's breast cancer. So I was like, how do I go through the treatment? Because knowing what cancer means, and I've always heard about chemotherapy, how people die, all those myths and stigma in the society. So it was like, how will I handle this? How will I even tell my family? Spiritually is like, where is God? As a human being, is like, where is God? But at the end of the day, it's like that moment, it comes and goes. So Sherry is like, how do you even tell your friend? How do I tell my friends and all that? But it was a moment also to go in, like to ask myself, how do I go about all this? And remember, already I have started planning my funeral. How people will cry. How
you were already thinking you're going to die.
How my mother will cry, how my siblings will cry. Because already, by that time, it wasn't making sense that... because for me, it didn't make sense that whether it is early or late, what I knew it was cancer. But after all said and done, when I had to reflect and I asked myself, what does the future hold for you, Anne?
Let's talk about your faith. You asked yourself a very important question. What does the future hold for you? How did your faith, how did your spirituality carry you through the whole treatment process?
One thing I did is that I had to ask for people to pray for me. We call prayer networking. Like I told my friends and my family, and being a sister, number one, we always pray together. We have mass together. So mass intentions were done for me. And I also had to ask other people to pray for me. So with that, like, I was not alone in my faith journey. And I remember there was, as a sister, we always pray morning prayers and evening prayer. And one of the prayer intercessions for week 1, it always say, give me courage when things go wrong. So that prayer was very, very practical to me. Give me courage when things go wrong. So at this point, I felt things were going wrong, and I'm like, I need courage from God.
And the good news is, God really walked you through this whole journey. You survived cancer. I'm curious, did it change how you look at this whole thing of suffering and healing due to the faith that you had to, have during this whole process? It's one thing to tell people, have faith. It's another thing where you have to have faith, because now you're going through maybe the challenges of recovery. Now that you survived cancer, what did it change what you think about suffering and healing?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not the same again. I'm living my second resurrected life, because I believe that the first life was before cancer, and now I have a second life that I'm living, because I saw death and then I resurrected. So what the kind of change that I would say is that deep faith in God and trusting in God. Because for me, I believe my diagnosis, the divine intervention was real. God was in it. And he's a faithful father and a constant friend.
Yeah.
He never left me. So, and having seen how the diagnosis came, I believed and I still have faith that God was in this story. So my faith, my relationship with God deepened to a point that when things happen, I can remind him, you did this for me, so I believe even this one you're going to do for me. So, and then that moment of like to look into myself and then keep asking myself, okay, now you have survived this, what next? Because God was in it. What is the will of God? I look at it like that.
Let me ask you, how was the healing process? Was it also very challenging, this whole thing for using maybe the medicine, the chemotherapy process? Please paint a picture for us.
When the doctor confirmed that indeed I was having invasive ductal carcinoma, there was a treatment plan. My treatment plan was, the first one was surgery, which is lumpectomy. They removed the tumor and the tissue around the tumor and some of the lymph nodes. Then after 6 weeks, I did I had 20 sessions of radiotherapy, which was tough. It's
painful, huh?
The side effects were really tough because I couldn't chew and swallow for 2 weeks and 5 days.
What? So how were you eating? So it must have been very
most of the time do some soups and blend everything that I was to eat. But the good thing was that the ultimate thing, the goal was that I needed to be healed. So no matter the pain, no matter the cry I cried and the tears I shed, I knew that I had to be resilient because I needed that healing. Yeah, so that was the most difficult part, was the side effects, because the side effect of my radiation from my breast, it affected my food pipe.
Right.
So, but the good thing, each time I had difficulties, I would always consult the doctor. And good thing is that where my treatment, it was done here in Kenya, so I could easily call her and ask her questions.
How long did you take during the whole treatment plan?
It took me, surgery is 1 day, then healing 6 weeks. And then the radiation took me 1 month because I had 20 sessions every day. Yeah.
Wow.
But then after that, I started hormonotherapy, which I'm supposed to do for 10 years. And I'm happy that is almost minus 2 years. So
amazing. So 8 left.
So, yeah, almost 8 left. So.
I like your positivity.
Yes.
That's amazing. Because many people imagine now that you've survived cancer, you no longer have to go through treatment.
No, you have to go through that. Treatment plan is very personalized. And it is very unique.
Because it's different for people.
Yeah, just like the theme for Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2025.
Right.
Every story is unique and every journey matters.
Exactly.
So even the diagnosis and the treatment is very personalized and very unique. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. I agree. So, what inspired you to share your story with Kenyans and, the world?
What inspired me is because the fear that let me say the myth and the stigma, in the society or in the communities is too much. When people hear about cancer, they know it's the death warrant or a death sentence. Yet it is not a death sentence, it's not a death warrant. So like my story could be a light to someone who is maybe feeling that this is the end of the world. And for me, it doesn't matter the stage. What matters is what you tell your mind, your mindset.
Yeah.
Because if you could be even diagnosed as stage 1, but you just see yourself, you're dead, and then at the end of the day, you're going to bury you. I've read stories for people who have been diagnosed as stage 4. They have stayed over 10 years. Some, very early stage, they have died. So it's all about your mindset and my mindset. So I decided to share my story. And I always say this, that my story may save a life.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when I tell people that I didn't know I was carrying a cancerous tumor. Kevin, anybody there can be like me, carrying a cancerous tumor without knowing. So go for screening, especially this pink October.
Yes, it's very true. It's interesting you put it like that, because there are many people out here who think they're healthy. There's no signs of even having a lump or anything like that. So you assume, missing a kitu. And yet you're saying it doesn't matter whether, you don't have any signs or anything, just go and check your situation.
Yes,
go
just
for the checkup.
go. In fact,
Go
I'm
and
telling
screen.
them now.
Yeah.
Schedule for your screening now, because
Yeah.
tomorrow may be too late.
Oh my goodness, that's powerful. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with this conversation. Guys, I am with the one and only Sister Ann Gathegi. She's a breast cancer survivor. She's from the Missionary Sisters of the Holy Rosary. And tonight we're talking surviving cancer, spreading hope, lessons from a missionary sister. And remember, this month it's all about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a time to create awareness, honor the millions of lives affected by breast cancer, and reaffirm our global commitment to equitable access to care and improved survival for all. Remember, the theme of this year's Breast Cancer Awareness Month is United by Unique.